Alright, so now we're going to head into South Tampa. I'm going to show you a house in 33611. I probably shouldn't be starting this video 8 miles out or 9 miles out from the property. I may end up doing another video when I get there, but I just wanted you to kind of see the city as I drive into it, just to give you another little prospect of the area. So we'll see how quick or how smooth this drive to South Tampa comes. Now, South Tampa is actually kind of south of the city area. So we're coming from the north side to the city, going through the city, and then going to the south side. So that's why there's still a little bit of distance before we get to our destination. But I thought it'd be a cool drive for you to see the city of Tampa. So I figured I'd shoot the video now. That big building is Frontier. They took over from Verizon. They bought out Verizon's internet services, and it's now Frontier. Okay, let's see. We have a very small little downtown area. It seems that way anyway. Just a few blocks, a couple major skyscrapers. But what we do have is pretty cool. And this thing has me zigzagging all through the city, which is cool. So I'll give you a real taste of the city here. And this area, this whole thing basically shuts down after 5 or 6 o'clock. You know, it's really just a business district. Maybe a few hotels, if that, but there are some condominiums, I take it back. But most of this is just business area that I know of. Courthouse, stuff like that. Alright, let's see. So we're kind of heading close to the Channel Side area. That's where you have the boats, cruise ships, stuff like that along the coast. And that's kind of getting close to Davis Island and South Tampa. So I think we'll hit some of that stuff on this little video here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. This looks like it's brand new. Open now, Aurora. I think I've read about it online. They're condominiums. I can't remember if they're for rent or for sale, but this is all brand new. This huge block that they built. Now this right here is the Selman Express toll road. That takes, matter of fact, darn it, I was supposed to take it. Anyway, this is cool. Let's go this way. This is fine. But that's a way that I can get from Brandon to downtown Tampa in about 15 minutes. It's a great, it's a toll road, like $1.50, but it gets you to this area real quick. It's a good amenity. Right here is the Tampa Bay Rays Stadium, the NHL hockey. So that's the stadium for them. This town has major hockey and major football. You know, Tampa Bay Bucks and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We don't have an NBA team. There's the Orlando Magic, which is only an hour from here, but we don't have a basketball team. This is the one way. If we were coming from South Tampa, we'd be coming that way. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go this way and go around because I missed my turn, which is all right. We're coming up on Channel Side over here on the right. And of course, like I said, this is more the stadium and stuff. Channel Side is just past the stadium. They have a Hooters there. They have a couple of the restaurants, bowling alley. Kind of a little area for social life and stuff. Maybe people that get off the boat, maybe hang out there. That's condominiums, big condominiums. I don't know if you can see that huge stair balcony. Like those condominiums, they go for, I want to say $300,000 or $400,000 a piece, but they're really good square footage condominiums. Maybe 3,000 square feet or something, and the balcony like it wraps around half the building. I think can't remember. A friend of mine has a unit in there. That's why I know about them. I've never shown any for sale or anything as a real estate thing, but they're nice, and it's expensive security too. They have 24-hour security and kind of high HOAs and stuff to live there. Alright, so it wants us to jump on the express, so we're going to do that real quick. We actually just came from right here and we just did a loop, so you got a chance to see the hockey stadium as a result. But now this highway system, like I said, if I were to leave my house, I would jump on this system and it could throw me right into this area or even further south. I used to market myself in South Tampa. I do technically still on homes.com. A couple $100 a month, not too much, but I was spending like $2,000 a month, and I basically pulled out of this area because it's a tough market. The price points are higher, so therefore when you get to a certain price point, at least around here, the buyers don't want to work with an agent. They'd rather try to get the price down, or the sellers, they rather list it on their own. I heard every excuse in the book, and I was spending too much money to hear excuses as to why they didn't want to use me. So I decided to go focus on New Tampa, where the prices are more, in the 3s and the 4s instead of in the 5s and the 6s. And they appreciate my assistance. So that was a smarter move for me. But I was in this area for a year and a half, and so I have gotten pretty familiar with it. So that's a good thing that came out of it. But it was last fall I pulled out of here. So this road, like I said, it's the toll road I'm on. It takes us right to the very southern part of South Tampa. South Tampa is basically zip code 33611. That's the southern part. The most southern part of South Tampa is MacDill Air Force Base, which of course I can't go to. That's the most southern tip. Then there's 33611, and then the northern part of New Tampa is 33629. That's the most expensive part of South Tampa. So what we're doing right now is we're driving past 33629 and going to 33611 to show you this property. So you can see we're heading south. Oops. As a matter of fact, after I shoot this video, I'll jump on the same road and take it all the way back to Brandon. 15 minutes and I'll be home. So it's convenient as far as where I'm at. But yeah, when I first started marketing in this area, I was actually excited. The price points are higher than Brandon. It's a nice area by the water. because some of these homes are in the millions. And I thought that anyone who asks for my help, I can sell to. I figured if they ask for my help, it's no problem. But and I don't know, it's weird. They still ask for my help, but then they don't want my help. Bizarre. But anyway, we're 5 miles away from the property, about 6 minutes. So I might as well just shoot this video and then I'll shoot another one when we get to the property, so you don't have this long video of just the last property. So this is all South Tampa. I mean, technically it is, but this is just a highway. South Tampa is really the streets, the roads, the water. People don't think of the highway as South Tampa, but we're driving through it. So the exit system's counting down. So we're passing exit 3, coming up on exit 2, and we're gonna take exit 1. So most of the lots in South Tampa, just the ground it's on, is worth 150, 200,000, maybe 3. Depends on which, where, of course. But there's other parts, like the land in some of the zip codes that I've been through, I bet the lot's worth $10,000. Wouldn't be surprised. The land is just not worth much at all, as opposed to this area. The land is expensive here. As a matter of fact, if you build a house here, you got to build at least a $500,000 house just to not hurt other people's comps and other people's right prices and stuff. Anything you do has to be permitted with the county, and I don't think they'd let you put something too dinky on here. I think it has to be kind of somewhat compliant with the neighborhood, I think. Okay, we're getting close. Right now we're 3 miles from the property, but we'll be off the highway here in another half a mile. It's almost 5 o'clock, so I'll probably get stuck in rush hour traffic on the way home. Well, exit 1B is a popular one. I'm glad we're going to 1A. I think the difference between 1A and 1B is which direction you're going to go when you get off this road. What we're going to be coming on to is Dale Mabry. So that's definitely a super busy, commercialized road that has every restaurant and every amenity that you want. South Tampa also has a lot of authentic restaurants and things of that nature. So it has a little bit of both. The franchise, the chains, and the authentic. Okay. Alrighty. There it says McDill, take a right. See? And now we're heading even further south. Yeah, I was surprised to see you give me this address and this zip code as opposed to the others. Different part of town and a more expensive part of town. One that I have no problems marketing or assisting or anything of that nature. This is sought after area. See, the traffic's all going this way. They're all leaving, probably McDill, maybe. I'm assuming they're all coming from that way. And I'll be doing the same thing on the way home. This side's like on a ghost town. And in South Tampa, you know, it's an area that's been developed probably for the last 60, 70 years. So not everything is super new. Some stuff's from the 50s and the 60s. Other stuff's been torn down and renovated and it's brand new. It's just hit or miss as far as what you get. There's no HOAs in these areas. Very little gated communities. But it's all going in the right direction and it's all sought after. But like I said, you can see a beautiful house next to an old house. Just the way it is, you know, because they're getting torn down and renovated or flipped or whatever they're doing at their own pace. So there's not a lot of consistency in South Tampa. And I'll see if I can show you some examples of that when we get onto the streets here. We're really close. We're 0.7 miles from this property, so I guess I'll just shoot this as one video. So this is Inner Bay. Inner Bay will take us to Bayshore. Bayshore is prime South Tampa. Let me see if I can zoom out here for a second. See where we are? We're heading towards the property, but you can see this right here. That's McDill. And you can see we kind of been heading down this way. Hold on now, I gotta turn. So, like I said, we're heading south, not all the way to the Air Force Base, but we're heading, you can see on the map how big, but what I was trying to get at is one side of the water, because you see this peninsula on both sides, one side of the water is called Bayshore, as far as the coastline, and the other is called West Shore. Both good areas. Let me actually just pull off to the side for just a second so I can explain something. So, this right here is Bayshore. That's Bayshore. That's Davis Island, really expensive. This is 33629, really expensive. This is 33611, still very good, and then that's the base. This is West Shore. So West Shore here, Bayshore there. The two sides of South Tampa. And I'll see if I can give you some visuals. So what we did was we got off the highway and we kind of are closer to the West Shore side of the area. But Inner Bay would take you all the way to Bayshore if we were to continue on this road. We'll actually get to our destination before we get to Bayshore, but we can always do a little extra side thing. Alright, we're real close. We're 0.3 away. I nearly sold that house. He called me up off the internet, but his realtor was out of the country. So I nearly put a deal together, and I can't remember what happened, but she kind of stepped back in, and I kind of got. And then I think they ended up not getting the house. I don't know, but anyway, nearly put that one together. All right, so let's see. It looks like we're here. Let's see what we're looking for here. It says we're 300 feet. Sometimes my GPS says we're coming up to it and we pass it. So let me see. We're looking for 6704 South Englewood. Is it this? Oh, I got a car behind me here. This is South Englewood right here. Hold on, I gotta put my eyes on some. No, it's not. Okay, hold on. It's this. It's ones with the cars. Oh, it is. It is. 6704. So this is the property. So I do see a car in front. See that? It almost looks like a dryer vent. I wonder if that's a laundry room and it's a dryer vent going out. Looks like a circle. I'm not sure. Well, I see a truck. I see a beware of dog. It's a single. I see the roof has a little bit of patchwork to it, so it's got an old roof. Looks like a block home with stucco. I'm gonna try to drive by on the other side since it's kind of a corner lot. All right, let's take a little better look at this this neighborhood. Like I said, South Tampa, you know, from someone who doesn't live around here, it might not look much different than where I've been showing you. But just with the value in this area, you know, you could raise the value of the house $100,000 just because of the zip code and the location. Even though it has homes that are probably built around the same time as the others, but because of the value, you get more financially secure people here as opposed to over there. So this guy's probably wondering why I got a video camera going. Sale by owner. See? That's South Tampa for you. Alright, I just want to try to turn the corner here. Beware of dog. It's all fenced in. The roof, it looks like it's at the end of its life. I'd say. I feel pretty confident saying that. Alright. Fence is just high enough. I can see it has a you might not have been able to see it for the video, but has a above ground pool in the back. The tree is kind of hanging over. Has a shed.